It's around the lunch table. It's your boys, J and Z. Let's get rowdy up in here. 3, 2, 1. What the fuck is going on, you Ethiopian dwarf mongooses? It's around the lunch table, episode 9.
Episode 9. We made it to 9.
We're almost to 10. We're almost there. So this is episode 9. We're going to start this one off with one of James Theodore Spence's typical hot takes. If you had to be a Disney princess, who would it be and why?
If I had to be a Disney princess, now listen, did you ever have like did your sister ever play with like Barbies as a kid?
Yeah.
Did you ever like when you were really young want to like
Play with their tits or something?
Yeah.
Why did I know you were going to say that?
Because I'm not saying play with them, but it's just like she always clothed them, and it's like let's just unbutton that.
Let's let those things breathe.
Yeah, you know. Let's just see what's under there, you know? It'd be nice.
Let me see what Ken's working with here.
Yeah. Imagine if Ken just had a big old dog.
Okay, here's the thing. Especially with little kids, I think there's a lot of weird things surrounding that because it's perverted a little bit. I'm saying when I was like, oh, it's a fucking piece of plastic. Moving on.
Yeah.
But other people are like, dude, it's...
Yeah, I'm not one of those.
They actually got actually aroused.
Yeah, it's like
okay. This is a little off. We haven't even addressed the topic. But I was saying, this is a different one. Have you? Did you, when you were a little kid, did you ever like get aroused by any animated characters?
Yes, the girl on Mass Effect 2. Her name was Miranda.
I was thinking like off a cartoon.
No, I was playing a video game. I was like 12.
But I can understand why.
Yes.
Mine was Kim Possible. Even though she had that mustache.
She did have a little bit of a mustache.
I don't know what the fuck that was. But
maybe it was
the crop top for me.
Girls with mustaches not feel so left out, including.
Yeah, it was either her or.
Oh, if you're talking about like animated, like
a car, like in when you're like a childhood, like your
I don't
cartoons and stuff or whatever.
I think my only one had been from like a video game.
Kim Possible is definitely up there. Even though it's the weird thing on her lip, it's still it was the crop top for me. It was seductive.
So like, this is obviously not talking offense to any girls with mustaches. Is there a specific reason they don't shave them? Or because it grows back thicker?
I feel like some don't even notice.
Really?
Like, because I'm saying it's like peach fuzz, but it's like kind of thicker peach fuzz.
Yeah.
And so then when they don't even know, they probably don't even notice it.
Isn't there a thing called like Nair where you just like rub it on and then
Yeah, apparently. Apparently we have some.
I saw that. Is that yours?
No.
It's not mine.
No wonder why the shower always gets clogged.
Yes. I did see did you ever see those like pranks people were doing where they put Nair in shampoo? At, like,
that's so fucked up.
And then they go like this and all the hair fell out.
I'd wear a bandana everywhere after that.
That just cannot be healthy. Like, it just makes your hair fall out. Like,
okay, listen, that's not even a prank. That's like, I fucking hate you.
Yeah. But no, it's just random people. They just like go to a random shampoo bottle and like, oh, let's see if someone's hair falls out.
And then a random person's going to use a random shampoo bottle?
Yeah. What's the fun in that? I mean, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it to my girlfriend or something. I'm not going to do it to someone I don't know. Come on.
So, no, before we continue, no animated.
Animated. I'm
talking like of all
cartoons. Maybe like one of the. No, I don't think so. It was always like a video game. Like the only one I ever remember was.
That's even weirder.
I mean, they're more lifelike, so it wouldn't be that weird. It'd be.
Well, because you're actually controlling what's going on a little bit. So it's kind of like.
She was just a character.
Yeah.
Okay.
She was the slut. She was the victim.
She came on to me. Okay. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Well, he doesn't have one, so it kind of ruins that. Okay.
I do have one. Okay.
I already have the answer to this one.
Okay.
What was the worst character in all superhero movies ever? Fucking Toad from X-Men. The dude fucking he just lizard tongued everyone when they the worst thing I've ever seen out of any type of villain.
Does he have to eat flies?
Yeah, in the movie he's eating flies. Can we also say X-Men wasn't bad? But it's like the Hangovers. It just as it went on, it was like, okay, quit while you're ahead. And
yeah, I heard the new one was even worse because they got the girl from Game of Thrones, right? And then she came in.
I don't know, but
like Jen
I think they were already reaching. You got fucking what's her face Storm. Let me call in Hurricane Katrina. Give me 30 minutes so I can fucking get these guys.
So what happens if they're in like Oklahoma or something? She's like, oh, well, there's a typhoon coming in from.
But the Toad thing, because remember, did you ever remember the first X-Men? Like they're in DC. He's like the dude's jumping, like 100-yard jumps. He's just all fours in the air, just fucking, and he's just like tonguing people with his. It's
his
fucking
tongue kill
bonkers. No, but they like caught him or something. Like they're like a little fly, and they're like, oh, and they like they like couldn't get out. Like it's like a tongue. You're a superhero.
Yeah.
Like you could break through a wall.
So I have actually remember I had seen something on like Snapchat. You know how they have those like little things on the side, and it's like, oh, like, you know, top 10 whatever. Well, one was top 10 superheroes. Number one, this is the funniest shit. I cannot believe Marvel put this in a comic book. It was Hindsight Man,
Who's that?
and all he is, it's got to be the most annoying character. He just tells you what you could have done better. In hindsight, that's it.
So he's like someone's wife.
No, they're like, guys, if we did this, then this would have actually been better. It's like, oh,
It's like
that sounds horrible.
your whole family died. You know what? You could have just not kept them there.
If they weren't in the burning building to begin with.
Like it's like the end of the movie. They like lose. It's like they use that guy in Infinity War and everything. Loath I am to say it. I told you guys. I told you so.
Told you.
I told you so.
Yeah, I think
Hindsight.
Yeah, I think from an actual movie, like in the movies, I would say the worst one would be that. I know we're both going X-Men because they're probably the worst superheroes.
Okay, they weren't bad. The movies weren't bad. The Origins was good too.
Origins was good. Horrible CGI, but Origins was good.
Origins was good, and the first one was good. I'm just saying, and then after a while, I was like,
In Origins, like, okay, Wolverine's claws are badass,
and then they start changing characters. It's like I can't keep up with this shit.
His brother had like fingernails. I was like,
Victor.
oh, yeah, that would count.
Then he had the bag lady
But then
nails.
he like ran like a.
Oh yeah, remember that scene in Origins in the beginning because they weren't like immortal, but they couldn't die.
Yeah, they were in World War.
And so like he's in World War II and he drops his machine gun. Like it's like Normandy, and he fucking runs up to the pillbox and grabs the guy with the MG42 and throws him out like a fucking rag doll.
The other guy would be that blue-faced guy that's like kind of a gorilla / Yeti, but he's somehow like the president.
Yeah, he's got like a suit. I forgot about that. Okay, for those who know, it's an X-Men. Yeah, he's like a mute. He's a mutant. He's all blue. He's like a blue Barney, and he's walking around in a suit with the president and shit. He's dripping.
Is he the ambassador of the mutants or something?
Yeah, I don't know. And I just remember in that same movie because they're on like that isolated island because the mutants were trying to go there and they had to like protect it. Mm-hmm. All that dude does is growl and jump around.
Yeah, but then he can hang upside down from the ceiling like a bat.
Yeah, he's a freak. I mean, he's an orangutan times 10.
But he's he's blue.
So what's that? Oh, the same part in X-Men where I don't know if you remember this, but I'm saying Logan has because he's chopping this dude's arms off, and his power is he can just grow his limbs back, and so he's chopping his arms off, and they're growing back, and then he kicks him in the nuts. He's like, grow those back. So corny. But yeah, worst character in every superhero movie, fucking Toad.
Fucking Toad.
Fucking useless.
Who comes up with these?
I think he had like face tats a little, or like he had like some scars that look like face tats.
He looks like Lil Xan.
Yeah, he started that whole trend.
Do you ever wonder like how many like because you know like back in the day in our day, you know we you know. We're like, oh, like, you know, the people who are in, you kind of want to, you know, like, you know, you look up to them a little bit, like the celebrities and shit. When you're a little kid, you know, you want to be like certain people.
Yeah.
Are there kids out there who just got face tats from like some freaking...
No, I don't know. Okay, well, first of all, you can't go you can't just go. It's a pretty well protected thing. You can't just go in and get a face tat unless it's like...
You have to take a sobriety test or something?
No, but certain ages. Because I'm saying like...
Well, how'd Lil Xan get it? He's like 16.
Well, when you're famous, you can. I'm saying they probably did it for him. I'm saying there's a lot more like, hey, like I don't want to do this. Like, are you sure you want to? Like, obviously, because it's on your fucking face.
Yeah.
So, we were at a very exciting part because I found this fucking amazing article. Okay, it's a really long article, so I'm gonna have to like paraphrase the points they make.
Oh no.
But.
This is the Spark Notes version.
I will give you. I'll just summarize it kind of. But now that our Wi-Fi decides to use McDonald's from across the streets, give me a minute. It's not secure. Uh-oh. Nicolas Cage is out there in a van hacking our fucking internet.
And we're in.
It's just like I don't get it.
It's sad. Yeah.
Okay, I got it. Okay.
There we go.
So this is from. A writer named Jason G. Goldman, who works for BBC Earth, and it's actually funny, it's called BBC because this is a sexual article. And the title is The Truth About Animals. Animals are kinkier than you. You think 50 Shades of Grey is hot? Here's 7 ways that animals are kinkier.
Oh, no.
Okay, and this is a long part to get to this, but just this first paragraph is fucking amazing. Leather cuffs, ropes, candle wax, edible underwear. We humans, in all our arrogance, think we've got the creative sex market cornered. But the truth is... Wow, Jason, just already off the rip, he's really got my attention. You need an attention getter in every article.
Yeah. I mean, he's
but
got ours.
The truth is that we're nothing more than kinky amateurs in the sexual marketplace. Anyways, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but... And then the first point he makes is a sip of giraffe urine. Apparently, a male giraffe goes to a female giraffe and who he likes, and he basically like nudges her or whatever, and
how does he nudge
he gets
her?
right to the well, they have long necks. He like leans over and he like nuzzles himself by her ass and to like drink her pee.
Really?
Yeah, and that's the first one, and it gets
So giraffes like golden showers.
Yeah, R. Kelly would fit in perfect. So we're saying, and then the next one, garter snakes, massive mating balls. Apparently, winter turns to spring in Manitoba, Canada. The snakes emerge from underneath the ground in search of both food and sex.
Wow.
They get together in congregation.
So
They have like board meetings. They're all like sitting there. Veto.
at the town hall meeting of snakes.
And I say balls, I mean, because there's so many of them. It's a big orgy, apparently, all the snakes.
Really?
And so the balls are created after the females release a pheromone that indicates their presence. And so all the males, by the hundreds, just go over there to try to fuck them all, I guess. And they slither all of each other, and it's like a huge-ass orgy. Bro, group sex isn't all that's going on, according to Jason. In the middle of all the sex going on inside the mating ball is a group of males who are pretending to be female. That's what it says. For a while, many researchers suspected that males who released the same sorts of pheromones typically released by females were doing it to deceive the other males. So they're gay snakes. I don't know.
Okay, I have to stop you right there real quick. Who are these researchers who spend time...
This is a...
I know it's BBC, but it's like...
And it's really proper that it's BBC.
So they just go to Manitoba with binoculars and watch snakes fuck?
I guess they watched it. They took notes and turned in a final draft right after.
A whole works cited page, MLA format, double space?
Here, it goes on. Maybe it explains a little more, because I'm saying to deceive the other males. For one thing, pretending to be a female would allow a male to avoid aggression. That's why they do it. Okay, that makes sense.
It's not 'cause they're
from
gay.
other larger, more dominant males. So they do that so then they ignore them or fuck them. By avoiding the other male, the female's mimics could survive another day in hopes of finding a chance to mate, blah, blah. So that's the snake one. Next one.
So from that, we know that there are gay snakes.
There's orgies of snakes. And then there's another one above that. It's really, really long, but it's hippos hurl their feces at each other, and then they fuck each other, apparently.
Wow.
And then, so next one.
Some humans do that,
This
too.
title is fucking great. 3 is company for North Atlantic white whales. Garter snakes may be known for group sex, but usually the snakes only have sex with one partner at a time. That wasn't the case for a female North Atlantic white whale, who was observed by scientists in the August of 2000 in the waters off of Canada. Are they just like in a submarine watching them fuck?
They're like, all right, guys, it's about to happen.
Yeah, what the? It was a.
They start playing
It was a
some
summer
sexy music.
afternoon in the Bay of Fundy when a group of researchers conducted observations of whales' summer feeding habits, found themselves with front row seats to a scene that would make even Christian Grey, the male character in 50 Shades of Grey book film, blush.
Dude, this guy should write porn.
And this is quoted from him, the guy himself, the scientist. He said, for 40 seconds, the three-way was engaged in what the researchers referred to as simultaneous intromission. A female was traveling with 3 males. She was pimped.
Damn.
3 males, a
gangbang.
typical aggregation known as the Surface Active Group. SEAL Team 6 is on the left. Or SAG for short. Got military code names. Blah, blah. When the researchers observed the male, one of the males begin intercourse. They weren't all that surprised, because that's what animals do. It lasted for about 2 minutes before the male disengaged
So he
and
pulled out.
rolled back over to breathe. He's like, fuck, that was crazy.
He's got a cigarette.
He's like, shit, I gotta go get plan B. I lost my spot.
He's got a plan B. Dude, dude, imagine you're at a Safeway and in front of you's the whale. He's got some condoms and a plan B. Cashier's like, rough night, huh?
He's got like a trench coat on. He uses the payphone. It's done.
Dude, he's got it's like the mistress no one knew about at the funeral outfit. You know, she's got the veil over and the big glasses.
Okay. About 15 minutes later, the two whales resumed their multiple positions and began to have sex again. Just then, one of the males surfaced alongside the pair, and 30 seconds later, the other one inserted his penis into her vagina as well for 40 seconds. So they're one pump chumps.
Dude, they have a stopwatch?
I don't know, but so apparently, and that's the end of that. I mean, it goes on, but
Okay.
basically, this female whale travels with a bunch of male whales and just fucks them on the way. That's like having like a threesome while you're going on a cross-country vacation.
Sounds like
while you're in the car.
Sounds like a couple of girls we know.
It could be a lot of people know. Next one is the sexual frenzy of the grunion fish.
The grunion fish.
Okay, this is good.
The grunion
At least the
fish?
first few sentences. Speaking of salty sex, no list of surprising sexual practices could be complete without the humble grunion. It's an unassuming fish, silver with hairline streaks of blue, red, and yellow running along the length of their bodies. They grow. We don't care how many centimeters they grow.
He's dripping.
For several nights surrounding each new moon and full moon, the fish gather on the sandy California beaches. The fish have gathered there for one purpose, to mate. It's a salty, sandy, wet, moonlit, pristine orgy. The females cruising on a wave. They're like on the surfboard. They cruise into the
It's
fucking
like
wave.
surfs up. The wave that goes
He
out,
does
dude.
not. He didn't have to word it like this.
Dude, this guy.
He's really.
I mean,
It's showmanship, is
he
what
got
it
paid
is.
for this.
Yeah,
I
he
mean-
did. They cruising on a wave. Hey, we're home. Wiggle themselves tail first into the. They look like blades of grass in the wind, dude. I don't know if I can finish this.
That's what the fish said.
Good one.
Thank you.
I lost my spot. Okay. Tail first into the cool wet sand until just their heads are visible.
So wait, the fish are in the.
So, okay, the fish tail first wiggle in the sand, so it's just their heads where they sit on their face, or what do they do? Once in position, each is ready to deposit her eggs just 4 inches beneath the surface, but not before they get fertilized. The males, drum roll please, take the next few waves to the shore. They're sitting there, we're working on their fucking surfing. The next few waves to the shore, gathering themselves in circles around the females, so it's a bukkake.
Jesus Christ.
They release their sperm in a fluid called milt. The milt flows down the female's slick bodies until it. This
Why do you
sounds
have
like
to
a.
surpri-
I know. Why does he have to say it like that? This sounds like a porno.
Dude,
it does.
These freaking describing words are just getting me.
I want to. We need to do some deeper research on Jason Goldman.
We need to see his internet.
Jason, if you're listening to this,
Yeah,
something's not right about
we want you on the podcast.
It's like the
We
same
want
thing,
you
like the
questions.
guys who created Saw. How do you?
Yeah, there's something going on with
Something's
that,
not
man.
right there, but we'll get into that later. Goes down their bodies until it reaches the eggs. The males ride the next wave back out to sea. So they just
Dude, they come in, fucking leave,
they bust and then go surf and come back.
and
Apparently.
they get an Uber back.
Yeah, the males ride the next wave back out to sea. The females twist and turn their way out of the sand until they too return to the surf.
Wow.
And that's it. And then there's also burpested beetles that mate with beer bottles. And that's it.
Really?
And that's and that is, wait, let me do a proper works cited here to give this
Yes.
amazing
Wow.
writer some credit. And this was, you heard it here first from BBC Earth, Jason G. Goldman on February
Jason
13th of
Goldman.
2015.
Follow him on Instagram at Jason_G.
Wow, that was a lot to unpack.
That's a. No, I mean, it's not only a comedy podcast. Now we can put ourselves in the category of.
It's not bad, it's educational.
Educational.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still have to put the explicit sign on the side, but you know what? It's fine.
He didn't have to describe it like that at all.
Yeah, that was a lot of interesting words. We need to keep an eye on
Like,
this guy.
he said pristine orgy. Like he's like, dude, this is hot.
Yeah.
Hello?
How do you know it's pristine?
And first of
Did you
all,
interview the fish.
like, okay, that's something you have to really try to get close to, like, observe.
Either they were like right there,
Like he's
just
2
looking.
feet away with binoculars, just staring at the fucking sand. I don't know, but okay.
and then taking a lot of notes of that. Like, I just
Yeah, and then his whole article is, "Oh, honey, you got an article on BBC website? What is it?"
it's all about.
We'd rather not say.
Yeah.
It's about how animals are kinkier than humans.
Imagine like you're with like I'm guessing this guy. He could be married to a woman or a man. We don't know. Imagine he's married and he's meeting his in-law, or it's like he's having dinner with his in-laws. It's like, hey, how was work today? Have you written any good articles? And he's like,
No, or
"Oh,
like
I
it's
read
like
that one."
like her dad, like because she's like, "Oh yeah, he's a writer for BBC." He's like, "Oh, well, I'm gonna look him up." First thing he sees, he's like. Takes him aside after dinner. What are your intentions with my daughter?
Yeah.
He's like, sir, she's 33.
Yeah.
Which brings us, well, that doesn't bring us, but this is a very controversial question because I think that everyone would say an astronomical number. But how many fifth graders could you take on in a fight at once?
So first
And when I
thing-
say by a fight, I mean they come at you, and how many could you take before, like, you're just overwhelmed and they just, you're fucked?
It's like a pack of hyenas going after like
Yeah, like in Lion King when he falls and they all go.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Simone and Pumbaa just fucking
Dude.
and then so his dad just died, and then they're all like, "No worries," fucking singing a song. And it's like this kid's.
I like because when Simba comes back, they're like Mufasa, and everyone's like, "Oh, he's still dead. Never mind. He's still dead. Never mind." Kind of a fucked up thing there.
So to set the scenario, do I have a weapon?
Okay, let's not get lost in technicalities. That's why I
I
took
knew you were
weapons
gonna
out.
say that.
That's why I took weapons out because it's
Okay,
just not.
I was just asking.
So, your bare fists, and you would lose once you just. I guess let's just say
It's a fight to the death, right?
it's a fight to the death.
Okay.
So,
They're fifth
given that it's a
graders.
fight to the death, you have a little more cushion there.
Yeah.
Because your resolve's a little stronger than theirs.
I mean, adrenaline's pumping, and their fifth graders are.
So
around 10
here's
years
what
old,
we're gonna do.
right?
You're gonna take me step by step. Your first plans of action. Let's pick your number first.
And I am backed into a wall.
Yeah,
right?
think of this as
not running
think of
away.
this as the call season back in Roman times.
The Coliseum and the
Yeah,
releasing fifth graders.
yeah, and they're releasing fifth graders.
Okay, and it's all fucking. Back to
They all got like their Back to the Future lunch pails and shit. So,
so they have.
okay, no, I was just
Oh,
kidding.
okay.
Okay, so pick your number first.
Okay.
How many? Let's just don't look at me. It's you.
I'm thinking 20.
20. Okay.
I think that's a good round.
And
because-
don't be that guy. What does each one weigh?
No, I'm not saying
What
that.
does are some of them bigger? Just fucking fifth
No,
graders.
because here's the thing. So they're around 10 years old. We're not calculate their weights, but they're not that big.
Yeah,
They're not
no,
that
no.
intelligent yet. There might be that smart kid, but he's going to be the really scrawny one. I can take
he's
him
gonna be
out
the
easy.
one gnawing on your Achilles.
Yeah. But I'm saying if there's 20 of them, it's like, I mean, their punch is going to be a little. I mean, mine's going to be a freaking.
Because obviously, this is also a technicality that needs to be addressed. It's not if it was a huge open space, you can kind of run. You could do like zombies and run
Yeah.
around in circles and kind
Yeah.
of chase and then take out one at a time. But let's just say it's a somewhat of an enclosed thing, so you can't run away.
Oh, okay. So I got lost in that when you said Coliseum.
I was just making that as an
Okay, so if
analogy.
like I'm backed into a corner.
It's
I'm
kind of
saying,
like it's like the octagon, but a little bigger.
Okay.
Like it's a bigger like you can.
I'm gonna
it's a
go down
biggish
to
octagon.
15 because
Okay.
at some point if they're all there at once and they're just tagging me and
Okay,
I
so
can't
take
move around.
take me through the first moments of that.
So I'm standing there and I got my fists up and I see
What
them
color
coming.
trunks you got on?
Oh, I definitely like. It's not like Rocky, the American flag ones, but I mean, I definitely have sponsors. I'm trying to get paid for this fight
Yeah,
out
yeah,
alive.
yeah.
Definitely. Sponsored by Monster Energy, the Fox hats.
Jake Paul's in the back. God.
Yeah, sponsored by Maverick clothing line, and Proper 12. Yes, I will be wearing trunks. Of course.
So you're using bare
shirt
fists.
on.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
bare fists.
let me paint you a scenario.
Okay.
Okay, Michael Buffer's in the middle of the ring.
Okay.
Let's get ready to rumble. And they release all the fifth graders. Take me through what happens.
Okay, so first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of I want to get some distance between me and this mob, right?
Okay.
As you said, even though I'm in a tight space, I'm going to try my best to make a little.
Must be how
train.
celebrities feel with paparazzi.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm gonna try to like.
the windshield taste.
I'm gonna try to make like a train and kind of like basically move
Like in zombies.
Yes, move in like a circle, and I'm hoping that
So it's kind of like a centipede.
See, the thing is, I'm not trying to finish them off. I'm trying to knock them out, and then I can
Yeah.
go back and hopefully make like a memory of which one I knocked out first before he wakes up. So once I get all of them knocked out, then I go in for the
Okay.
kill.
So 15.
15, yeah.
That's solid.
All right, and now go over your.
I would say, I'm gonna say 20
20. Okay.
because
Because
this is why. Well, first of all, I'm wearing Ireland's flag as my trunks, obviously, Conor McGregor, and
it should be the Puerto
I'm
Rican flag.
downing a whole bottle of Proper 12 beforehand. So this is what
I
I'm
didn't know
doing.
there was performing enhancing
Okay,
ingredients here.
I'm
just kidding.
Okay, so let's just say let me paint this picture for you.
Okay.
Maybe I've thought about this maybe too much. So the kids come out, right?
Mm-hmm.
So as quick as I can, I grab one of them that's closest to me, and I just fuck him up, whether it's
You're
break his neck or
trying to
something.
Scare the rest.
Yeah, and I just like look what I just did to your fucking buddy, and so they're all scared, and now they're coming at me one on one, and now I'm sitting there murking them one by one. They're not going to come on me at the same time after they saw their homeboy just get murked.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Well, in this scenario, it's kill or be killed. So,
Exactly.
I mean, they're not going to care what you did to their buddy. They're just worried about their survival. They're going to jump you all at once.
And that's fine.
That's
but
why
I'm saying,
I said the.
but I'm saying it's still going to create hesitation, and hesitation is where I capitalize. That's my plan. And then taking off your strategy, then kind of run around and kind of just take one out, just kind of pick them off one by one.
Yeah.
And then sooner or later they're going to lose their resolve.
Strength is in numbers, and once those numbers.
And
go
then
down,
once there's the last one left, I'll let him live, and then I'll be like, just kidding, go back and snap his neck, and then walk away. And that's all she wrote.
So say like this situation happened in real life. What is the least amount of money you would take to be in that situation? And if you win, you get this amount of money.
Well,
So it's a UFC fight to the death. You against 25th graders. What's the least amount of money to actually do that in real life?
why?
Would you attempt it? I mean, it is to the death. But if you're confident you can take 20, what's the least amount?
I
of
have 100 questions, but I'm not going to get lost in technicalities here. I would say
before taxes? That was a
Get estimates.
Yeah,
I would say. Well, it also depends if I like them. Like if I
fifth graders?
maybe I'm walking up. Listen, maybe I'm walking up to the fight. Maybe I see them and they're like bad lipping me a little bit. I'm like, I'd do this for 500 G's. This
Yeah.
kid's giving me lip.
Okay.
But anyways, I'd say bare minimum. Okay, there's so many technicalities. Like, is the world gonna watch me just kill fifth graders like Anakin Skywalker in Star Wars?
Yeah, it's totally legal. It's a UFC fight, but it's to the death. And they are saying, Z, we will put you in the octagon with 25th graders to the death for what is your price?
5 million minimum.
5 million. That's actually a good round number. I wouldn't do it for $1 million.
No.
I think 5 is
Well,
good.
5 million mathematically each head. So
So what is that? That's 200 G's a head? No, that's
no, it's a little. It's like 150.
150.
Something I don't know, but it's something like that. But I'm saying. So then. And then afterwards, on the aftermath, then the moms all come in and they put the Band-Aids on, and
Yeah.
even though they're already fucked, but
Yeah.
that's how it goes.
You're going to hire a lot of funeral service cars after this one. after that
Yeah,
one.
because I'm getting my bread and I'm bouncing.
If you put it that way of like, 100 G's a kid, I feel like I want to take on more because then it's like, and that would motivate me even more because it's like every one of these kids is $100,000. Like,
I'm just like, each punch has got to be harder than the last. Dude, it would be like that scene in 300 when all the Persians are running up and then Leonidas is murking the whole thing by himself.
That was nuts.
Murking the whole squad.
that was off a true story though, right?
100%.
That's insane. Can you imagine being one of those guys 300 versus how many?
Dude, squeeze point, dude. And because the cliff was kind of like a narrower,
funnel.
so only a certain amount could come at a time. But it's true because the Spartans historically were like noted next to Hercules how fucking crazy they were.
I think when we watched.
Well, you took history classes and stuff. When they were little, like they would make them kill each other and shit.
Yeah.
Dudes were freaks.
And they would like raise a dog and then have to kill the dog.
Yeah, and then they would send like once you're like 13, you're technically a man, and they would send you into the fucking mountains and wouldn't let you return until you killed a wolf or some shit.
Yeah, and
like
you,
God,
you have to like wear its head as like a freaking mask.
I don't even know, but like
Yeah.
those kids were fucking badass.
The thing is, like 13, you were a man because you lived till you were like 30. So it's like us being 50.
Yeah, it's like, oh, damn it, Hunter caught a cold. He's dead. He's toast.
Hunter. Yeah.
That would suck back then.
I think 300 was the.
Here's some whiskey. Hope you're okay.
Yeah, 300 was the first sex scene I ever saw with my parents.
It was-
It wasn't
Okay,
even, like,
the
that
whole
bad.
format of that movie was so odd.
Yeah, it was like, why do we have like this dude fucking this bitch during 300? Like that. Fine
yeah.
without that.
I don't know. It was really weird the way they set it all up, but it was still a good movie. But
Yeah, it was one of those where I was like young enough where my dad was all like, Jack, close your eyes, and then I'm like.
Yo, can we also? That makes a great point. So
Wait.
when we were going,
For those of you who are listening, I would put my hands over my eyes.
yeah, I'm saying, but like my parents did that too. But okay, isn't it weirder if you guys are watching it together while I'm closing my eyes?
Yeah.
Like, hey, close your eyes. While me and my wife just watch this unfold in front of you. That's worse.
That is weird.
Wouldn't you all be like, oh. They don't even do it. They're just like, hey, close your eyes.
And they're like, oh, it's a nice pair of tits.
Like, honey, you want to do that later? Like, it's even worse if the kids are there and you're just watching it.
Yeah.
Like, that's weird.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Your parents did that too? Because mine don't.
No, because many times we would watch movies together and they were sometimes R13 or whatever. But oh, cover your eyes. They're like, cover your eyes. And they would never cover their eyes. I'm like, hello?
Yeah, the other thing is
Mike,
like,
it's a really disturbing feeling that somehow you guys are getting your rocks off to this while your kids are in the room.
Yeah. The other thing is it's like.
I feel like social services would have something to say about that.
we may.
Protective services.
Yes. Anyway, Z, I think you're flying down to Medford this weekend, right?
I am.
Congratulations. So you
Yeah,
bought your plane
thank you.
ticket last night. When we were doing that, it kind of brought me back. You and me have flown quite a bit of little.
Yeah, I've spent many hours in the sky.
Yes.
Not as a pilot, but
No.
I could be, honestly.
God, that would be nice. I've always wondered, what does it take to be a pilot? Because is it like, do they have to do like SEAL?
I
training
remember
and
at
shit?
one point, I was like, God, these guys are, like when I was younger, like, these guys have dedicated, like,
You're
but
like
then,
saluting
yeah,
them.
but at the same time, like, as you get older, like,
Don't they just click autopilot? And then
like, because I'm saying you observe things, like, where there's like, pilots like, oh, we're coming in here, there might be a little turbulence, like, we should be all right. I'm like, there seems no room for error when we're 20,000 feet in the sky.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's another topic. But
yeah, and it's like you know, it's like, hey, you know, it's gonna be a little windy out there today. We're gonna sort of
obviously they can't predict that for sure every time.
Yeah.
But it's just
they have the Weather Channel app.
like they're just so like, yeah, could get a little hairy.
Me and my partner just popped a Molly. We're gonna have a great time up here.
And then there's like that one couple who has flown like they have so many mileage points. They feel like, oh, I love his work.
Yeah, and it's like when you see the fasten your seatbelt sign, please. Oh, yeah. By the way, can we ask that question? Why do we need to wear seatbelts?
I would say that makes no sense because if you're fucked up. But it's so people don't go bouncing off the walls and shit when stuff.
I'd rather if the plane's going down, I'd rather just hit my head.
But on the same token, we're talking about and this is all of them, for their AC is a little tube of air that goes right into your eye. And that's it.
I
It doesn't.
like it.
It doesn't do anything else for you.
Yeah.
It's one little. It's like the tip of a pen, right in your
There's
face.
only 2 settings off.
Like what?
And
Yeah.
supersonic.
Yeah.
mode.
It's only off and power washer in your face. That's all there is. Like I'm just saying, if that's how we're doing things, like why the fuck do we need? Like people used to smoke cigarettes on these things. Why do we need seatbelts?
Yeah,
If we're crashing, we're dead.
Have you ever realized like?
I think okay. Listen, there has been times like an airplane crash where like it can save you, I guess, but it's like you're rolling the dice even if you have it on.
Yeah.
So what the fuck? What are we doing here?
Realize like if you've ever been like, I remember,
The stewardess is flying out. There's a hole in the fucking window. She flies out the window, tosses him a bag of peanuts on her way out. It's honey roasted. She's fine. Anyways, sorry.
I have noticed like sometimes you realize like how old the plane you're on, because like I remember like I flew Delta one time and it was like this brand new plane. It was like touch screens in the back and everything, and then I'm flying Alaska Airlines.
Yeah, it looks like they've been using the same plane since 2002.
Yeah, but then it has it's like smoking like not now, and it's like wait, how old, like from the fucking 50s?
Yeah,
Like, you can
that's
smoke?
another thing too, because obviously no one. But it's more for now. They just use it for vaping too, obviously. But okay, how the fuck is a vape gonna blow this plane up? I think the pilot has a higher chance of crashing and fucking us up than this fucking Jewel does. Like I don't know. Or have you ever been like having a window seat and like there's turbulence over? You just see some things looking a little loose out there.
And the flap goes.
Yeah.
What did that do?
You're like laying like, hey, you guys might want to check that. I don't know,
The
but
fucking wings all like flexing. I'm like, is this?
I know it's
But it's
supposed
like,
to be.
obviously, I don't know.
I know,
anything
obviously,
flexible,
but
so- Should I say
they're like, oh no, we run them into the ground before they break.
Yeah.
Like they're fine. It's like dude, it's not a fucking car, man. Like you're
Yeah. No, the other thing is, I always thought, which I don't know why we don't do this. So
like in the pilots, like they never. I feel like if there's something going wrong, like oh shit, folks, we're going down.
well,
they don't even care.
They're not gonna say anything.
No, I'm saying, but I'm saying they're just so nonchalant, like about it, like.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck, you David Blaine? You gonna park and just disappear it in the air and just get home safe? What are you gonna fucking do?
No, I've also wondered why, because like planes cost like $1 billion for a fucking plane or whatever the fuck it is.
Well, some bigger, yeah, some of them.
Why are there not like parachutes at every seat? Because like you could actually survive. Like if it's going down,
There's not enough room to carry a parachute for every seat.
Parachutes aren't that big. Me and my girlfriend went skydiving, and they're not that big.
I'm saying, but when you have 50, 60, it's not the same.
It's
like
built into the chair, into the seat. That's a seatbelt I'd wear. It's like a car seat.
You know what? I think is funny is like, like 8 out of 10 flights. Like if you crash, you're not going to land in water. You're not going across the ocean. Like oh, and it can be used as a flotation device. Well, we have the fucking Sierra. We have the Rockies right below us. So what the fuck are we going to do with a flotation device? Cushion us from falling on the rocks? What are we going to do? Are we going to land in the one pond in the 2,000 square miles?
Yeah.
Like why is that always that should be in place of parachutes?
Yes.
And then when you're going on a transatlantic flight or something.
I want a parachute.
Yeah, and let's just say.
You're over water, you're going to die. If
let's
you're
just say.
Under the raft, just floating down.
And let's just say you're in the fucking ocean and you have a cushion. The sharks are just come and peck your legs off. You're dead. You're done. It doesn't even matter. Don't even give me a fucking cushion.
Well, that's the point of the
I drown myself. I would drown myself.
You wouldn't fight for survival.
Like a baptism. I would just not come up. What's the point? You're in the middle of the ocean. You're dead.
If you saw an island way in the distance, would that give you hope? Would you try to swim?
You can't see. Like, you could see like 20, 30 miles. I don't know. You can't see. Oh, I could see Russia from here. It's like 20,000 miles away.
No, I'm saying like you saw a little palm tree.
Then yeah, that's different. But I'm saying like the ocean is so massive. Like you're just fucked. You were so fucked.
So say like I'm not going to go down the because we've already talked about this, like 3 things on the island. But like how so say you're on the island, people are looking for you. What are you doing to make sure they find you? You're just going to write a big old SOS in the sand?
What else is there to do?
I mean, build a fire with some rocks or something.
With some rocks?
I mean, you can make a spark.
That's not going to make a fire. Well, okay, let me just paint something clear.
Okay.
In the movies, when a dude grabs 2 wrenches and that's not how they make a fire. It's friction. It's like with like a stick and like something, and it's friction. It's not rocks going. Unless they got gasoline sprinkled. Unless they got. It's common knowledge. Unless they got like gasoline sprinkled over the fire, like it's not going to go.
Well, I'm saying you just have to make a spark somehow.
Yeah, but I'm saying friction is how it gets the heat to be able to build. Like you can make a spark all you want. It's not going to do anything. But anyways, why the fuck? That doesn't. I'm saying seatbelts on an airplane.
Don't make sense.
Like I'm saying, they just like have to. But I'm saying, in the bigger,
what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I'm saying, but bigger. Well, okay. Also, at the same time, though, you're also traveling with pussies. You're traveling with a bunch of old people who need to be strapped into this turbulence. That's probably more of it. So, but I'm saying, because if you're in a crash, it's like, okay, here's this leather belt holding in your seat. Here's a fucking Winco bag with a plastic Dixie cup over it to help you breathe. Good luck.
And why is it when you're taking off, your tray table has to be up?
I feel like. Let's just say a plane's falling through the sky. Mm-hmm. Southwest guy with the shorts. Thank you guys for flying Southwest as they're falling. We wear the shorts. We wear the shorts. Aren't you going to call your family? I work for Southwest. I don't have a future.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Obviously, that's not true. Yeah. But I'm just saying because I know they're based out of Arizona, but why the fuck do they all wear shorts?
Also, Southwest, the worst airline because you don't get to pick your seat. It's all by zones.
Yeah. They've been doing this for how many years, and they still don't know how it works?
Dude, if you're in zone...
Thank you for flying Southwest. We're the only middle aisle airline.
Yeah, literally. Dude, if you're in not zone 1 or 2, you
like,
have a middle seat.
How does that even work? We have no idea how it works. We're oversold by 82. If you guys wait for 8 hours, we'll give you 5 cents.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
And a Biscoff cookie.
What... Why is that the thing?
I don't know.
Like, I feel like it would be like Ritz or something, or like,
because it's not like a cookie you'd see and like you'd buy at the store, but
there's not a single person that goes and like, where are the Biscoff cookies? I need to get those.
Yeah.
Like,
are they in stores?
I'm saying, but like I've seen them. But I'm saying, I think that's the only reason people like them is because like that's the only time they see them.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god, I'm flying. This is a special occasion.
Yeah, it's a special occasion. It's such a weird. Why that out of everything?
I've also wondered like why. I have noticed that they don't have a drink limit on it on the airplane. I feel like that could be bad because I know that I've been served.
They
like,
do.
There was one time I got bumped into.
It depends how long your flight is, though, too.
Okay, so I'm saying a flight from Seattle to Medford, an hour long, and just randomly, I think some seating arrangement changed. I got bumped into first class for free, and it was like cool. And there's usually not first class on the
Subtle flex.
No,
I'm just kidding.
it's-
I'm just kidding.
Dude, I swear I had like 5 gin and tonics, and I was like stumbling.
How
out.
long was the flight?
An hour. It was from here to Medford. I was just chugging them because I didn't want to go
Okay,
to Medford.
if we talk about the time they get into the air and they turn and then they go through drinks, there's no way they would have to be sprinting down the aisles to give you 5 gin and tonics.
No, because you were in the first.
Oh,
the
okay,
lady
okay.
sitting
That
there,
makes sense.
and
It makes
I just
sense.
say, like another, and then
Well,
just bring
that's
it
first
on.
class, and then there's not.
Shit, drooling and dripping. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, like you got the bread on you. Here's gin and tonic.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know what I would love to? Okay, this sounds fucked up. I would not love to see this, but you know, because they all have their protocols. They all have what to do in an emergency situation. If you're in a fucking plane and it's falling, there's nothing to do but fucking pray. That's the only thing. It's like, everyone calm down. Calm down? How do you calm down?
Yeah,
What are you going to do? You can't do anything.
I mean, if the pilot found like a mountain of snow and he like perfectly angled it, so it just kind of like.
But that's like there's no way.
I'm saying that's what I would pray for. I mean,
That's like me when I'm like in Call of Duty, like pilot and stuff. You could do that then, but
yeah. I remember one time I was piloting a helicopter and then I got out to fly. And then
Well,
I went
helicopter's
down,
different than airplane.
And then the helicopter hit me.
I will say that I did play Microsoft Flight Simulator, so I do have a surface value knowledge. If a plane was okay, let's be honest. If a plane was going, I wouldn't be able to do shit. But I'm saying I feel like I could.
Did you have the little joystick where the
Yeah.
This is up and this is
Yeah,
down.
but-
Why is that?
yeah.
Why is this up and that's down?
I don't know. It's like why the fuck? It's like each
Why not
pilot.
just make up
It's
and
like in
down?
gaming, each pilot comes in and changes his key bindings. He's like, no, I don't want this one to go left. No, shift should not be toggle.
Yep, guys, I'm a pilot. Yeah. I actually one of my Russ's brother is a pilot, and we always give him shit for autopilot because we're like, what do you do up there? Do you,
That's what I'm
do
saying.
you like play with Lincoln Logs or something? Like
It's more like they're just like watching over something. Like they're just like, all right, let's make sure everything's in order
it's
here.
like a dad watching kids. So like he
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
not watching
yeah.
them, he's listening for them. He's listening just to see if something goes on.
Yeah, and oh, by the way, if this plane goes down, it's on autopilot, so it's still not my fault.
Yeah, we're gonna sue Boeing.
Blame the maintenance guy who's been here for 3 days.
Yeah.
Blame him.
Here's the one
But
thing.
yeah,
I've actually-
seatbelt. Oh, sorry.
One thing I've actually been worried about. When I got my nice.
Deep throated the mic.
When I got my CDL, there was this thing called a pre-trip inspection you have to do, which you have to do on buses and planes or whatever, right? And it's this crazy freaking thing you have to go through. I mean, you're looking at every inch of the vehicle. Once you're done with that test, there is not one person who does that again. Any driver gets in and goes. You're supposed to do a pre-trip inspection, spend like 30 minutes.
Airplanes are a little different.
I'm just saying, sometimes I've seen the people down there, it's like, that kid's younger than me, and I know he doesn't give a shit. Like, and he's just like kicking the tire. Yeah, air pressure seems fine. It's like, okay.
He's like looking at the passenger. You guys ever play Russian roulette? Time to spin the chamber.
Would you ever play Russian roulette?
Why would I do that?
I'm saying for like a specific amount of money. I mean, you have a 1 out of 5 chance of how much money.
Well, it depends how much.
That's what I'm asking. I'd say $1 billion.
I was going to say like 2 million.
Oh, well, I mean, you have a 1 in 5 chance.
I'm saying that's a pretty good probability is my favor.
Yeah.
But there is that, unlucky.
1 in 5.
There's that unlucky. I'm going to win $1 million.
Well, because the thing is, it's like if I didn't do it, then it's like, dude, then I'd just be calculating the rest of my life. Like,
Yeah,
I had a 1
exactly.
in 5 chance, and then I'm like 90, and it's like.
Let's be
I had a 1 in
honest.
5
Let's be
chance.
honest. If in that situation, I'd probably be like, fuck it, no. Just because there is a chance that you could.
Yeah, I would probably say fuck it, no, but then I just regret it.
I can see the article now. Z's wild ride ends. Fox News.
Local podcaster from around the lunch table.
Major VIPs attend funeral.
There was a mistress there with a long hat.
Many
and a veil.
mistresses.
Yes. Just standing away from the funeral by the tree.
With like the. Don't they, in movies, they wear like a black veil sometimes?
Yeah. Because they don't want, because the wife is there, but she was the guy or the girl that he was.
Well, I'm
really in
saying
love
even
with.
a lot of them do. I don't know. It's not what sunglasses are for, so they can't see you crying.
Yeah.
It's like it's kind of
But-
suspicious if it's 32 degrees and snowing and Aunt Cheryl's got rabies on. Ray-Bans on, just dripping. Yeah. Like, obviously.
Well, I think it's because she's the mistress no one knew about, but they were like still in love.
I
but
feel
the
like
wife
that's
is
not
there.
a common thing, though.
For rich people, probably. Right?
I mean, anybody, it could be a thing, but I'm saying more times than not, that doesn't happen.
Yeah, but
Because it's
in movies.
In movies, it does.
Yes.
Yeah.
And movies are real life, credible source.
Like you'd have to have not only a big set of balls, but no shame to show up at the.
Well, that's why you stand away at the tree line.
Well, if you're standing away, then that just draws attention to yourself in a negative way. Why are they standing so far off? Why are they here? What did they not like this guy?
Once the wife turns around, you turn around, you get into that stretch limo that's sitting there for you, and you scoot away.
You've seen way too many movies, but yeah, I guess that makes sense in Cinemark terms.
Yeah, because then she's not gonna know. She's gonna be like, "Who was that? I don't know. Maybe it was his great aunt Sally."
Well, but then she's gonna. Okay, that's she's a woman. She's gonna go through all those avenues off of those avenues.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen her before. Yeah. I've never met her before, but she shows up here, and then she scoots away when I look at her.
Well, my husband's dead now, so I can go through.
Yeah, and now there's all these things now. There's all these things now, and so now she's thinking.
Yeah, and since they're rich, she's hiring a hacker, getting into his iPhone.
Private investigators, the whole nine.
Yeah.
SEAL Team 6 breaks into her house to get her phone. Show us the titty pic you sent.
That's funny. Well,
but anyways, I think that's. Sorry, I cut you off there.
It's okay. It's okay. You know what? You know what this podcast is about? Love. And I think we need more of that in this world.
I thought it was comedy, but I was gonna say. Also, side note. Thanks to all the people buying merch. You guys are getting really fucking scary.
We sold some merch. By the way, whoever the dude was in New Jersey who ordered a couple
He
things.
said the last episode. So New Jersey guy, we like you. I
But
guess.
I'm saying, like, dude, take a picture on Insta. Fucking like put on. We want to put on the story. Like, thanks for repping it. Like, we appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you, and thanks. We're almost at 700 downloads.
Yep, we have our first listener from Australia and our first listener from New Zealand.
And also,
Maybe
those who
it's
don't
Bobo.
know, don't follow our Instagram, we have bucket hats, we got new sweatshirts, we got a bunch of shit. We got dildos, we got vibrators, we got anal beads, we got a bunch of shit.
Yes, and the anal beads have our faces on them.
Yeah, but seriously, with bucket hats, hoodies, crew necks,
Stickers,
with
crew
ATLT
necks.
instead of the logos, like there's different options and stuff.
Yeah. So we're about to do a collab with Dior, or right?
Yeah, or Logan Paul's Maverick.
Yeah.
And I think at some point we're gonna do sweatpants and joggers too, because I'm a joggers guy.
Yes, he's a joggers guy. But yeah, so anyways, thanks for checking out the podcast. Episode 9. Z, where can they find you?
They can find me at Isaiah_Lesney. And even though we do this every time, if you go to Around the Lunch Table Instagram, you can find both of our handles there, and we don't have to do this segment.
Yes. But we're going to do it every time anyways.
I guess
you can
so,
find
'cause
me at
that's the most productive thing.
Yeah, well, you can find me at Jack_Spence. Follow us at Around the Lunch Table on Instagram, Facebook. Twitter is ATLTP, because Around the Lunch Table is too many characters.
Exactly.
But also aroundthelunchtable.com, you get all of our podcasts where you can find our merch. And YouTube, we don't have enough subscribers for youtube.com/aroundthelunchtable, but you can get the really long URL off of the website.
Yeah.
And
It's like the Wi-Fi password on the back of the modem.
yeah, it's literally like 1,000 characters.
K72CH23MNY.
Uniform, Zulu, Charlie, Echo, November, Tango.
Romeo, Zulu, Foxtrot. Anyways, thank you, everybody.
Thank you for
and
watching.
I think that's going to do
Thanks
it for this episode. We will see you next week, or you'll hear us next week, because this podcast, you know what this podcast is? It's a glass of wine for your ears and kicking their feet up. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we'll see you next week, and see ya.
Bye.
Let's get rowdy up in here.